Hello and welcome to Stoke Fan TV. It's Friday night. You've decided to switch on and watch Sam and I waffle on about Stoke City Football Club. Who can blame you? Who can blame you? End of the season now, nearly, aren't we, Sam?
Yeah, one more game.
One more game to go. Stoke are safe.
We're safe.
We're safe, baby. Yes, that's all right. All that stress, all that worry, all that anxiety in the lead up to the final few games, and and then we go away and beat Southampton at their place.
Unbelievable.
So it's a very Stoke thing to do, isn't it? Really, yeah. Get us all stressed and worried and anxious, and then go away and beat Southampton at their place and seal safety.
And what a game it was.
Great game, wasn't it? Just absolutely. We came out on top, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that game?
Great goal by Campbell.
Yeah.
I think Stoke were the better team from the start, to be honest with you. I don't think Southampton did a lot, really.
No.
Not a lot, not as much as I was expecting them to do.
I was expecting a tougher game, to be honest. And that's not a discredit to Stoke, because I think Stoke played really well, but I wasn't expecting a win. I would have been happy with the draw. So to get a win and be safe and not have to worry is awesome.
It's great.
It's great. Right, so in today's show, we were asking you for some video messages and some voice messages. We've decided, obviously, not everybody wants to send voice and video messages. Because we've got a few, but we never get loads, to be honest with you. So that's fair enough. So what we're going to do is we put a post out, we put a thing out just to say, question for the fans, and then we asked the question, and we said, if you comment on it, then we'll give you a mention in the show. So we're going to actually do that. It's a slightly different format to what we usually do. We're going to do that in a second. But we did still get some video and voice messages.
We did.
So I think we'll start the show by listening to what the fans had to say straight after the game, at the Southampton game, we said, what do you think? What are your thoughts on it? We asked people, we got some responses. This is what they had to say.
It's bloody tense waiting for the final whistle. We're still 1-0 up. Come on, Stoke. Come on, Stoke. Go on, Stoke. Go on, Stoke.
Well, it's happened. We can now say we are playing next year in the Championship. What a performance again by the boys. Didn't expect that, to be honest. At least a draw, but gone out there with a plan. It's worked well, and we came away with 3 points. Go on, Stoke, get in there.
Hi, Stoke Fan TV. My thought for Saturday's game at Southampton, I went it, and I thought for first 10, 15 minutes, we looked a bit nervous, I say, at start. We were giving the ball away, give them all the game. And then after a while, we seemed to got ourselves injured, and then we started to get bit well. I thought we sort of maybe had about 2 penalties. I thought we'd been quite well actually in the match. And I thought the goal was good from Guy Campbell. I thought when it come to full game, I was so happy and I knew we were safe then. So I've gone to worry about the last game.
Morning all, Pete the Potter here, enjoying my coffee this morning in my nice cup here. Anyway, I thought I'd send a quick video message. I guess we're all feeling a bit exhausted after this season, but ultimately, I think we'll look back and think it was a tough one. It was probably the worst season since we went down, but also the best season, because it showed us we had some fight in us. Also, we brought in this new manager, all a little bit unsure about him, but I think in the end he's proved that he knows what he's doing, and that if we keep the faith, then next year could be exciting.
So I can't give the next game, Bristol City, final game. Over, get another good win there, and then come summer calm and then get into the end of the season, and then just see what happens. See who's going to go and who's going to be in. Because I believe there'll be a lot of changes. So this is my video for you. Come on, Stoke.
I think with some congratulations are due. My feeling about it is the biggest congratulations, apart from the head coach, his assistants and all the staff and players at Stoke, are the away fans. They have been unbelievable, and to travel around the country spending hard-earned money, having a lot of disappointing results, but sticking with the team. I'm so pleased for all the fans who travelled, especially the fans who travelled yesterday. Congratulations to the club for appointing Johnny Walters. He's definitely made a difference to the club and the team. And I think his relationship with Shuey will be increasingly important as they bring in new players. I'm really excited about next season, and I'm sure the rest of you are too. I think we need to keep our feet on the ground, but I am excited about the style of play, the new players, the ones we're going to keep, and if we all stick together, it could be an exciting next few years. So come on, you Potters. Have a great summer. Up the mighty Potters.
Thank you to all those who sent in their video messages and voice messages. We do appreciate them. Stoke fans, what did you think to those voice and video messages? Do you agree with what people had to say? Everyone seemed very positive there.
Yes, loads of positivity. Well done. Thanks everyone for sending your messages in. I think it's pretty clear that we're all really happy that we're staying in the league.
Absolutely buzzing.
We've had a bit of a tough few weeks, haven't we? Trying to watch the other teams and hoping that other teams lose to other teams, and it's not gone to plan really with the other teams, and we've just been hoping, haven't we? And it's gone to plan. So.
Echoed in those voice and video messages there was that kind of feeling, what I was saying before about going away to Southampton. I didn't think we'd get a result. I know Alan, who was on the show last time, was positive, and good on you, Al. You willed us to win, I think, and that a little bit, that positivity. But it was echoed there in those voice messages, wasn't it? And people saying, Chris was one of them. He said, I can't believe we went away and we got a result, or something along those lines. And Adam was on about the analogy of the game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he said that Tyrese Campbell had a really good goal, which is true. It was a good goal with his weaker foot as well. Great goal. Where's he been for the whole season?
Where have you been until that? But it's the same. We had Kundal a couple of matches before. He bagged a goal and he hadn't for a bit. So people turning up when they needed to. I'm not going to complain about that, mate. I'm not going to complain about that. And Pete the Potter there, commending the fan base, the away fans, and also saying he's looking forward to next season.
Keep the faith.
We're all looking forward to next season now, aren't we?
I'm glad it's over.
And Sean's message as well. Sean, it was tense in Stoke, Sean, wasn't it? Fingernail biting. Yeah, lovely.
Well, I'm just glad that season's practically done now, are you?
Oh, mate, I'm so happy. I can't even describe it. I was just like, I'm buzzing. I couldn't believe it. Really, really happy with that. Right, so, voice messages, video messages. Thank you, Stokies. If you want to send us voice and video messages going forward, keep them coming in. The only request Sam and I have is, we like the video messages. Try and keep them 30 seconds to a minute long, just so we can cram as much of it into the show as possible. It's not that we don't like your video or voice messages. We just, if we get quite a few, and we want to get as many in as possible. Right, we're going to move on to a slightly different way of doing things today, aren't we, Sam? So
we are.
You've got your phone with you. Now, on Facebook, we put out a post and we asked a question to the fans. And what we're going to do now is we're going to record the screen. Sam's going to record his screen on his phone. Yeah, I can see that, evident that you are recording it.
It is recording.
That's going to appear somewhere on the screen, and we're going to discuss this question. Now, the question we put to the fans.
Your thoughts now that we're safe and guaranteed Championship football for another season?
Yeah, we really wanted to know what you think to this and get fans talking. So the comments we've had, let's just go from the top. So start with David. Up the mighty Potters. Simple as. Well, we like that.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
Up the mighty Potters.
Up the mighty Potters. Thanks, David. Joe Brown. He's next on our list. Need a lot of work on consistency over pre-season. A couple of signings. Goalkeeper that can distribute the ball. replace loan centre-backs and a second left-back. A striker would be ideal for me.
Definitely need a
What do
new
you think to
left
that bit
back.
to start with?
Definitely need a new left back. I think Stevens is the best left back we've got at the minute. He's getting on. He's not young. He's 30 odd. We need more left back. We mentioned it before. We need full back cover.
It says goalkeeper here as well. Iverson.
He's on loan.
But would you get him back in? Would you get him back in, Stoke fans? What do you think? Comment below. Comment on the post. What do you think? Yes or no?
No.
Simple yes. No.
No.
because of his distribution, or because his shot stopping's been pretty good.
I think we can do better.
Right. Okay.
Personally.
Yeah. Well, De Gea's just kicking around doing nothing, so maybe we can go get him. Right. Also, Hoover. Guess we can get him on a perm. Get rid of the failed signings.
Doesn't mention who the failed signings are though, so get in touch with us and let us know who you think the failed signings are.
Yeah, I mean get Hoover in on a perm.
Yeah.
Would you?
He always seems to make performances at the end of the season, doesn't he? He did this last season. He played really well towards the end of the season. We signed him on loan again. He had a pretty poor first half of this season, I'll admit about Hoover. And then end of the season again, back scoring goals. Wants a contract, doesn't he?
Scored some important goals.
He has scored some important goals.
What is he, a second joint top scorer or something like that?
Yeah, on 4.
On 4. I think that might scream volumes as to what we need to do next season, score more goals. Just to finish off, reckon if it clicks like it has last couple of months, push for upper mid-table this season and be fighting go up within the next 2 seasons, right? So what he's saying is hopefully going forward next couple of seasons. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for your comment there. Patrick, he's next. Sam, you want to start us off with this one?
I would certainly like to know if the staff and management are showing willing and interest in signing any of our loan players, especially Hoover, as he's been the standout player for me for 2 seasons now, and we need to put a serious bid in for him. Low balling offers. What do you reckon? Interesting comment.
Well, we've just had, was it Joe? Yeah, just had Joe mentioning Hoover, and now Patrick's mentioning Hoover as well. Stoke fans, Hoover. Obviously, we've got him on loan at the minute. He's been on loan with us for a couple of seasons now. What do you think? Permanent signing? Do you reckon get him in right back? I mean, he's played a lot for us, and he has turned up. He copped for a bit of stick, I'd say, as well. Like in the season, like he's copped for a bit, and he's come back round, and I'd say he's one of these fullbacks for me. A lot of modern fullbacks.
Yeah.
He's good at going forwards.
He's more attacking than defensive.
You know, defending. Is he good enough?
If I was looking at Hoover on a personal view, if I was him, I'd be thinking, am I going to get into the Wolves team? Probably not. I wouldn't say Hoover was good enough for a Premier League Wolves team, personally. But
yeah. I mean, would you sign him, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Same here. So there's our answer. Comment below what you think. Right, thanks Patrick. Excellent comment there. Right, we're on to Dale Felipe.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure...
One of the cheese borders.
One of the cheese borders. Is it Dale, man? Come on, let us know. Put us out of our misery, because we don't know. And it's a slightly longer message, this one. Last few weeks, huge improvement. I agreed. To have survival confirmed is a massive relief. Agreed. Hopefully finish on a high against Bristol City on Saturday. Big summer of changes. Okay, big summer. He wants the big summer changes.
Yeah.
What changes are you thinking, mate? Let us know. Shuey will do wonders if allowed to do so. Plymouth fans rate him. They used to rate him. They're not too keen on him now. They do miss him, and we need to take advantage with some good signings. Hopefully we can push for playoffs next season. Mr. Coates, if you read this, break the bank and bring in Sammy. I can never pronounce his surname. How do you pronounce his surname? I can never pronounce it. Smuddix. Bring in old Sammy Smuddix, if only. I know who you're on about. It's Blackburn lad, isn't he? Is he Blackburn lad?
Yeah.
Is he the one? I'm not going mad, am I?
No, he's that guy that scored 24 goals.
20 odd plus goals this season. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know if we got 20 mil in the bank, because I think that's what they're after for him.
Probably. I'd say we have got 20 mil in the bank.
Yeah, but can we spend it and all this jazz? We should really do a show on financial fair play and all that.
You'll have to teach me about it, because I don't have a clue.
If you're an expert on it, get in touch with us and maybe we'll get you on the show. Maybe we'll do a whole episode, because there's probably a lot of Stoke fans wondering why we're such a, we've got some money in the bank. Well, Anyway, we've digressed. Thank you for your comment there, Dale. Right, then we're on to Andrew. Now, Andrew sent an even longer message. Absolutely fine. Don't mind that. Happy to talk about it. Right, so, hi guys. Firstly, loving what you're doing, especially living up here in sunny Burnley. Oh, well, that's my terrible your northern accent. Right, so, well, yeah, I bet it's not quite as sunny as Stoke.
No.
The Midlands is anyway. Go on, you read the next bit because I'm digressing.
Well, firstly, let's all breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah, agreed. That's been one hell of a journey this season.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a long slog, but just so happy we are staying up. Well,
it's been a Tolkien novel.
It's been a very difficult season. 2 major positives of the season: new manager.
That is positive.
And in my opinion, the masterstroke that's got a lot of fans off John Coates' back has to be the appointment of Super Johnny Walters.
Well, you can't argue with his point there, can you?
No.
It has made a difference.
And we asked the fans, and they all
asked the
agreed.
fans. Have you watched the video, Stoke fans? Have you watched it when we went to the ground and we said, "What do you think to Super Johnny Walters being brought in as on a perm?" Everyone loved it.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you?
No.
He knows Stoke. He's Stoke through and through. He bleeds Stoke, I think. Did someone say that?
Which is what Andrew has just said in his next bit. Alas, someone at the top who knows exactly what this club means to us fans and will work tirelessly for his club.
Onto the pitch.
Yeah. Well, I could go on all night, but after what has been a disappointing season, the positives I have is that we really do have some young quality players who just need that balance of experience to put to them. I think I'm the same as a lot of fans where we fall short.
Well, before we get to that, obviously, you've just mentioned there some young quality players. I just want to mention that is a good point.
Yes, it is.
Bejon Ho. How old is Bejon Ho? Is he
20?
You're not very old.
Not very old.
How old's Berger?
Not that old. He looks older than he is, so isn't he?
Berger, if you're watching this, you're taking some grief here, some flack from Sam. No, I think he's got a good point there. And don't forget, this is the first season when they're all together.
In new league that we've never played in before.
It's hard going. I'm expecting the same. Where we fall short, goalkeeper. Again, he's mentioned goalkeeper. So,
I'd agree. Iverson's been okay. He hasn't. I can't really remember a game that he hasn't saved us in any games really, and made us not really. No.
I think fans were more a fan of. His name's gone. Travers.
Mark Travers from Bournemouth.
They were more a fan of him, weren't they? To start the season, they were a bit more...
I thought he was a good goalkeeper, and it was a bit of a sucker punch when Bournemouth's other keeper got injured, and then another keeper got injured, and then they had to get him back. And I think that rule is absolutely ridiculous. I think if you've loaned a goalkeeper out to a team and all of your goalkeepers get injured, why should you have the right to recall a team's only goalkeeper from their team just so you've got a goalkeeper? Yeah,
that's fair. He mentions who would you go for, just out of curiosity. And Stoke fans, if you're in agreement, there with this comment, who would you go for? Seriously, who would you pick? Because who's out there? Who's good enough? They want to talk about the Rotherham one, the Rotherham keeper, weren't they?
I've seen this, Victor Johansson.
Right, so
quality player.
Okay, well, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Centre halves he mentions there. We've got Rose McNally, Wilmot at the minute are our centre backs. Who would you pick again? Who are your centre backs coming in? Harry Souttar's only played 3 games for Leicester this season. Would you be interested in having him back in the Stoke City team? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. That'd be an interesting. What do you think to that, Sam? Would you have Harry Souttar?
I'd have Harry Souttar back in a heartbeat.
He was brilliant for Stoke, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Striker as well. So who wants a new striker? I mean,
we've always needed a new striker.
Yeah. I mean, who would you pick? We've got at the minute. There's a few.
There's a few.
There's a few, isn't there?
Well, Campbell's not certain to be back next season.
No.
We've got Wesley.
Who?
We've got Ryan May.
And
Ennis.
And Lowe.
Oh, and Lowe, yes, young Lowe.
Yeah, so we've
who
got
I
a few in
wouldn't
there.
say was ready for Championship.
We've got a few in there, but who are you thinking in specifics? But then, I don't know.
He wants a new centre midfielder as well.
And
so
a new
basically, he wants a
centre
new team.
No, that's
apart from the wingers.
So just let us know who you're thinking, because what we want to do is good comment, excellent. But let us know who you've got in mind, because then we can look at discussing. We're going to maybe go on to players that we're thinking of keeping, maybe want to get rid of, especially as the season draws to a close and we need something to talk about over the summer. So bear that in mind. My last thoughts are buy the above and use the loan players as required to maybe fill in. Out of the 5 loan players I would definitely keep Iverson, McNally and Hoover So he'd definitely keep those players.
So he'd keep Iverson, McNally and Hoover, but he wants permanent replacements.
We should have probably read the next bit before we started commenting on that then. But like, I see. So you're thinking of keeping Iverson maybe as a backup and maybe McNally as a backup for those positions you're on about there. And Hoover, it mentions Hoover again. Hoover's getting some good praise into this one. Let's enjoy Saturday and hopefully we play our strongest side to finish the season on 3 wins on the bounce. Hopefully the fans will stay behind this year, okay? Again, thanks for all you do as living away amongst Burnley, Blackburn and Preston. It helps immensely. Next time I'm down, I'll give you a shout and come and talk to you guys. Please do, mate. Cracking comment. Thanks for that. Really nice bit of detail in there. We got stuck into that. So, no, that's much appreciated. What do you think to his comments, Stoke fans? Comment below. You know, do you think we need those players that you just mentioned? He's on about keeping the loan players in.
Yeah.
Plenty to talk about in that comment. Thank you. The next one. My cousin, Anthony Martin, has been in touch. Survived by skin of our teeth this time, but with John Walters coming in, with Schumacher, I think we may see a big improvement next season. He could be the one to find that Stoke City we remember from the Pulis Hughes time. But this is Stoke. Let's see what might happen. Needs to keep Thompson, Hoover, etc. Come on, Stoke. Thoughts on
I'm glad that he's given Jordan Thompson a mention. I think Jordan Thompson this season has been one of the players that has improved massively on previous seasons at Stoke out of the players that we've kept. I think Jordan Thompson has been absolutely immense this season, playing left back, centre back, right back.
He's been Mr. Dependable almost at times, hasn't he? He's been a bit like a James Milner-esque player, playing all over the pitch, playing in different positions.
Yeah.
I know he's only played left back to a degree, but it's not easy. And he's slotted in at left back, and he's almost, even when during the end of the game, they've brought on a different centre mid. He's dropped back to left back. He's done a job.
He's been all over the pitch.
He's done a job.
And he's scored a couple of goals. So I can't fault Jordan Thompson for this season.
Okay,
there you go. The lad. And he's mentioned Hoover as well.
He mentioned Hoover again. And he says, obviously, a big improvement next season. Could be the one, isn't it? It's the hope that kills you, isn't it, mate? It's the hope that kills you. But we'll see. Down to the next comment. Ben. Right, yeah. This is another... nice long comment. We'll go through it. Sam's laughing. We'll get through it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Relief is the first emotion. Yeah, I agree there. But I honestly do think things have changed this time. Again, there's that hope. I know we all have said that before, but bear with me. So I think so. Next bit. What has improved?
Not getting that defeated feeling after the first goal has gone in. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to get back in the game. Mm-hmm. That's improved.
Team togetherness.
Yeah, a recent sign of that is when Berger ran off a pitch against Plymouth after scoring to celebrate with Tyrese on the bench. There is an exciting team spirit building.
Absolutely, and I think the occasion for that was huge, wasn't it? You know, and he ran all the way. I mean, I'd like to think that all the Stoke players would be doing something or feeling that way as well. Improvement in player performance. Hoover is a changed man. He's getting more mentions than Henry.
Yeah, since
you didn't get that one, did you?
Yeah,
I'm here all week.
Hoover is a changed man since really Middlesbrough at home. Now I mentioned this. Hoover seems to be better towards the end of the season, but he's got a point. Mm-hmm. Juno is running games now. He ran that midfield on Saturday with Tomo doing the dirty work behind him. Another mention for Thompson. Million. What potential that lad has.
Agreed there, mate. Absolutely agreed.
Quality play. He reminds me of Shaqiri a bit because he's left-footed.
He just
plays on that right
all the time.
He had that long range shot.
He seems to be able to stand a player up and go both ways as well, which I think is important for a winger.
He does remind me a bit like Shaqiri. I'm not going to say he's up there yet, but
you never know. Wasn't he on about he needs to build his strength up?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think to these players as we're talking about them? Ping a comment below. Get involved. Right. Next one. Kundal is a new player. Now, having fun. I'd say Kundal's a confidence player. I'm going to be a bit controversial here. I still think he needs to do a bit more for me.
Yeah, I'm big.
I know that he bagged that a really important goal, fair play, and without that, crucial, but a bit like Campbell, banging in a goal when it matters.
Yeah.
Not going to argue with that.
And then he played a really good game against Plymouth and probably run the show against Plymouth, to be fair. He did have
he had a good
a
game.
really good game
Let's see
Plymouth.
how it goes. It's a shame it's now rather than not 5 games ago, because then we had a good old look. I mean, Shuey likes him.
Yeah.
What do you think, Stoke fans? Iverson's showing what a change a good goalkeeper can make. Iverson, again, we've spoken about him already. Josh, captain, fantastic, running his socks off. Laurent was on about there. He's copped a bit, hasn't he, over recent times? He's proved proved his doubters wrong.
He's been great the last 5 games. I can't probably say the same about his other games, but he has been pretty good these last 5 games, and he's been noticeably good. Like, you can actually notice a massive
He's a passionate
difference.
player, Laurent is, and he does put his heart on the line. My only thing I've said about Laurent before is that concentration. Can he keep that concentration all the way? It's obviously being captain's a lot to think about as well. That goal, I think we conceded that one. He was the wrong side of the player, and I'm just thinking, come on, can you keep that? But I think he's proved some of his doubters wrong, because he's copped a bit of criticism. I think you all know what I'm talking about when I say who he's copped that criticism from as well. Where are we? And they are, I presume, and they are just a few you could run through most of the team. Right, Super Johnny Watt was coming in as tech, has brought positivity and connection back from the fans. I agree. But the biggest change is the manager. Shuey has never had to manage the dip we have been on before. I'm impressed by how he has adapted. He could have stuck to his guns, and if he had done that, we will be back down now. What's his guns? Positivity? You're talking about attacking football, and maybe he now adapted, went back to basics, get us over the line, but he's still got us playing a bit. Right, okay. I like how he isn't happy we have stayed up and knows that we should never be there again. He has really impressed me by dealing with that pressure, and I honestly think that this last few months has been invaluable for him at this stage of his career, and I believe we are going to be the ones who are going to see the benefits of that. What's your thoughts on that? Just that block there.
I
Shuey,
agree.
New manager, positivity, changed his style of play.
He had a bit of a blip. Shuey did. It was about 6 or 7 games into his time at Stoke, and we started playing well when he first came on, then we dropped off, and I could see the fans were starting to question it.
Was it after that loss to Birmingham at home?
I think it possibly was, and the fans were questioning, we've appointed another manager that's out of his depth.
I think it comes down to he does like to chop and change.
Yeah.
Does Shuey? And I think there were times where we'd play really well, and then he'd chop and change it, and then it'd be rubbish or not so good, and then the next week it'd be really good. Chopping and changing. What do you think, Stoke fans? Shuey, biggest change according... I've forgotten his name, sorry, excuse me. Biggest change according to Ben, okay, is the manager there.
I agree, really. I think...
Did make a big difference.
Besides that dip that we had after he'd been here a month or so, the last... You know what? It's since John Walter's come in.
You reckon that's?
I think it all. I genuinely think it is since John Walter's come in.
Yeah.
And a lot of the fans, as we've seen from previous shows, I'd say would agree with that.
What do you think, Stoke fans? Let us know in the comments. Final little bit here. Roll on Saturday for a stress-free afternoon for a change.
Can't wait.
A stress-free afternoon. Just think we can kick it. You know, we can go out there, just relax, hope for the win, play maybe with a bit of freedom. But play to entertain and maybe a bit more attacking football.
I'm hoping he puts a strong team out. I'm hoping he doesn't put a reserve team out against him, to be honest with you, and actually gives the fans something to cheer on the last day of the season, because we've had a pretty awful season.
Be nice to end on a high, wouldn't it? Ben, thank you very much for your comment there. Much appreciated. Lots of detail there. Like it. Right, anyway, the final comment on this thread, okay, is from Richard. Now, Richard is obviously there. He's we know who this guy is because we interviewed him at the game. He's the guy whose coat got set on fire. The Bluebird whose coat got set on fire and then became a converted Stokey. Brilliant. If you haven't seen that interview, check it out. It's on our YouTube page. Right, Sam, do you want to read this one?
Yep. The way Stoke have played in the last few weeks, I think Stoke City will get into the playoffs next season. The club have got it right with Walters and get a goalkeeper centre-back and a centre-mid. So that is literally mirroring what the other chap said previously.
That's interesting, isn't it? Rich, what who are you thinking? Who are the players that you're thinking there? Stoke fans, do you agree? Who are your players that you're thinking of bringing in? And we want to know. But that's interesting. It's mirroring what the other chap said. 2 strikers. We will finish 3rd to 6th next season. That's ambitious.
Yeah.
But why not? Why not go for that? Next bit with the fans always behind them, behind the team. He mentions the fans there.
Especially the away support as well. He has mentioned that. Now, the away support has been better than the home support this season, without a shadow of a doubt. The performances away have been better than the performances at home this season, minus the last few games. I think the fans, we need to be louder at Stoke. I think when John Walters come in and said be loud for about 10 minutes, it made a difference. It clearly made a difference because Stoke played well. I think it's a two-way thing with the fans and the players. I think if the fans are louder at home, the players will perform better at home.
What do you think to that point, Stoke fans? Do you agree with what Sam's just said? What do we? Is the home atmosphere not what it used to be? Does it need to be more, or is it? You think it's still good? What do you think? It's an interesting talking point. We might even do a show specifically on that at some point. We might even do a show. Next bit, I can see this club now moving forward, Max. Stoke Fan TV, next season will be even more important. Happy with that. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for getting in touch with your comment. Again, some good points there. Lots to digest. Stoke fans, what do you think to all these comments? I know we're getting towards the end of the show now, but what do you think to that format? Did you like that, the way we did it? It's good for people to get involved. I'm not saying that if you comment on that post every week, we can get everyone's comments on, because otherwise I think we'd be here all week. So I know a lot of people got a lot of things to say.
Let us know.
But what do you think? Let us know. Another thing is we've had a couple of requests for content. We like that, Stoke fans. We like the fact of you giving us ideas for content. It lets us know what you kind of want. Glenn on YouTube has asked if we could do like a show maybe about the chants at the ground and the songs. I know I've had my haircut this week, so there's no Beatles covers or renditions, but I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I do. There's a lot of fans. We noticed it, didn't we, when we went and sat in the boothing end and we were singing the chants in the South Stand. People were saying, we don't know the words. Yeah.
So we're thinking of doing a show about that. But to be honest with you, there's some songs that I don't know.
No, I don't.
Sam don't know either. So we'll need your help with that. We'll put out a video, we'll put out a post, and we'll ask you to send the songs with the lyrics. Maybe email that to us at some point, and
Shall
we can
try and get a new chant going as well for next season? That could be a possibility, couldn't it?
So we're going to adapt Yellow Submarine now to we're going to win the league. We are Stoke and we're going to win the league.
Yeah, that'll work,
win the league.
We can do a live performance at the stadium when we get promoted.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's what we're going to do. Right. Okay, so there you go. Another episode, Stoke Fan TV, in the bag. Another Friday night.
The last one.
Okay, the last one before the last game of the season. Yeah, but we're going to be bringing you content throughout the summer. Don't you worry about that. We're not quite sure what it's about yet, but we'll get to there. So that's it for this episode. We do hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, don't forget to follow the page and like. We do appreciate it. Bristol City on the weekend. I'm not going to be there for that one, but Sam's going to be there.
And Alan.
And he's going to be bringing Alan May, the man, the myth, the legend, the man who is Alan May. He's going to be there and he's going to be doing the interviews. He's going to be asking the questions. So go and find Sam and Alan on the weekend at the ground. They're going to be milling around.
We'll be by the club shop before the kick-off, like for a few hours before the game.
Yeah, they'll be milling around. Go and find them. And then if you want to have a chat maybe just about what your thoughts on the season as a whole as it draws to a close, be a good opportunity to do that.
We'll get you on the next show.
Right.
The end of season review.
Oh, blimey. Are you looking forward to that? Right, okay. Sam, anything else to say before we wrap it up?
No, nothing from me.
No, nothing else from me too. So we will see you in the next show after we've beaten Bristol City on the weekend, won't we? Obviously.